Welcome back to the channel and to another video in the Games with Gold series. Today I'm going to be playing the Raven Remastered. To be fair, I've never heard of this game, but when I saw it was released as one of the full games as a part of the December 2020 Xbox Live Games with Gold, I said why not, let's give it a shot. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Soon as one of them's caught, another one takes his place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold? 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 You hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
Same side.
A copper? What are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold? Well, there's another guard back there unconscious. That's probably him. The Eye of the Sphinx. Where is it?
It's there.
Oh, good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh! Turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you know?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
do you understand? You and me, mate. We'll be heroes. All right, now, we just have to...
What?
Halt! Stop! You're under arrest!
Okay, so that was just a long opening cinematic. I was waiting, holding my controller, like, okay, do I have to press A or B, something real fast? But I mean, this game already reminds me of like The Walking Dead, or what's the other one that Telltale did? Game of Thrones. I'm sure a bunch of those storybook kind of games that they did. It's more of a, I don't say murder mystery, but mystery. So we'll see if it's as exciting as those games. But you know, I can tell you graphically, I mean, this illustration and even the music and the soundtrack in this game is actually pretty awesome. We don't know how it's going to be as far as gameplay, but you know, just sitting back and watching it, it's almost a movie. And as I say that, I mean they open with the opening credits and everything like that. Everybody got to get their credit, which I wholly understand. You know, I don't know what the Raven was before, but if this is remastered, I mean, they did a really good job. I mean, this train looks very smooth. The graphics look very good, very crisp. At least from what I do know from watching the trailer and looking at some of the stuff that came with Games with Gold, I think most of the game, if not all the game, takes place on a train. It looks like the Orient Express. And then I guess you play as a cop or an inspector or a detective, something like that, to try to figure out, I guess, who the Raven is or all this other kind of stuff. But obviously I don't need to give too much away. You'll see at least most of the opening gameplay, you know, as it starts in just a second.
Hands up!
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
Okay, so I guess that's the guy I'm supposed to be, and I'm getting bullied by a kid right now. And then he like sticks his tongue out at this guy. Let's see. You know, I'm an inspector, so you know, it's pretty figuring out who people are and trying to remember, I guess, these things for clues later.
But my mom and I live in England now. She's taking care of some rich old lady. We're on our way to Venice at the moment. We're taking a cruise on a big ship.
Impressive.
So where is his mom and why isn't he with her instead of him just talking to me?
In Switzerland.
Must be really boring.
And what's with the gun? What do you need it for?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who
I'm assuming that's the old Raven and not the dude who stole whatever that ruby was in the beginning.
And those priceless eggs. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
You know, I'm trying to pay attention to this kid, but this shifty guy with a violin back there is, I don't know, look like he's going through withdrawal or something.
You do know these days.
So outside of the first question, there wasn't many options. It's just, you know, hit this and you'll ask whatever you need to know. We'll see if that continues on through most of the game.
A guard was severely injured.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what the
But again, a shout out again. I haven't seen the original graphics, but I mean these things look really good. Okay, who's this guy?
Monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
Get a move on.
Wow, that guy's kind of a jerk.
Inspector Legrand, it's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We appreciate the support of the Swiss police, but it'd be better if you'd remain seated and keep an eye on things.
Alright, so we already kind of see how this goes on. I mean, this guy obviously acts like, you know,
But
he's in
monsieur,
charge here.
Surely I can be of assistance somehow.
So to be as active as a part of this game as possible, I'm definitely going to push back on anything he says, especially if he's like, don't investigate anything.
The back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Thanks to that.
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that man over there is a violinist.
That would be more
So far, again, I'm impressed kind of what I believe the overall story is going to be. The graphics are pretty amazing. Haven't really got to move around much in this game. I'm hoping I do, and it's not just on rails, and you know, the story puts you where you want to do, and you just hit A, B, or C, or ask A, B, or C, or whatnot. But I gotta tell you, I think we've been playing this game for about 7 minutes now, and I haven't had anything to do. It's not really grabbing me, you know, so we'll just keep holding out and hitting these options for a little bit. But, you know, I think it has a lot of potential. I mean, even if you see the scenery going by, I mean, that's not too bad. But I haven't done anything except for, like, press the A button on the controller for what's going on 7-8 minutes. Maybe if I hit the right thing, we'll get into the at least action-oriented. And I'm not saying that much action. I'm expecting Call of Duty here, but you know, we can at least move around, question people, have some actions or something. And I think that's what Telltale does very well. It builds up that suspense, and even though it's more of a storyboard, storytelling kind of game, you do feel like you gotta smash the A button, you gotta smash the B button. And while I'm talking about smashing things, I hope you guys smash that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. The last episode with Games of Gold, or last video with Games of Gold, is doing very well. So, you know, if you haven't looked at that one, go ahead and look at it. That's Saints Row, God Out of Hell. But we'll see how this one turns out as well. I think, yeah, again, I'm going to play all the games with gold. I just did a video. Is it going away? Is it staying? Is it going to be modified? Should I get Xbox Game Pass? You know, we'll figure all that out in 2021. But as long as it's here, it's something I haven't taken advantage of in years, so might as well start now. If we're all on quarantine and COVID lockdown, might as well pick up some new hobbies, huh?
I can help, and I will help.
Here we go. Stand your ground, man.
I've been ordered to assist you, and that's exactly what I'll do, whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks.
Tell him I have jurisdiction on this train.
But this is my show, and I don't need you. Voyage.
But how do you know?
And I guess he's not answering me, he just walks off.
Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything.
I'm not even that great of a investigator. I knew all the answers before I even told this dude.
Do you know who that is?
And this kid is about to snitch on me.
Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really
Wow,
tell
gonna
him?
tell on me. We're on a train. What are you gonna get out of that?
Who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. All right, Matthew.
All right, Maddie. Maddie's
I
no
have to do
snitch.
my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a
Huh.
little kid.
You are a little kid with a toy gun.
Whether Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Okay, finally we get to move. I skipped over the tutorial. You guys didn't need to see me fumbling and bumbling on buttons to do. I'm sure I'll still do more of that during the gameplay, but you didn't need to see the tutorial.
Mountain landscape of the world. One can only hope that his
But I am glad that you get to move around a little bit. I was a little concerned that you just go from scene to scene and you have to hit, you know, certain buttons on dialogue.
Hello, sir.
And if that was the case, didn't know how much longer I'd be playing this game.
If I'm not mistaken, you're a violinist.
That's true.
A wonderful instrument.
Again, I think that's going to be my MO. I'm just going to ask everybody who they are, where they're going, what they want, and see if I can uncover something. I don't actually know what we're trying to uncover at this point in time. Obviously, we just started on the train, but obviously that guy, what was his name? Inspector Legrand is on here. He caught or killed the first Raven. So obviously this must be setting up to catch that dude who just stole the ruby from that British museum.
Are you traveling to Istanbul non-stop?
No. I'll transfer in Venice to a ship. I'm on my way to Cairo.
Cairo?
I'm performing at the reception in the Egyptian Museum now.
Not Cairo, Georgia. Cairo, Egypt.
I'm sure your recital will be a great success. But tell me, did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Look how shifty this guy looks.
Persons acting suspiciously.
Look at him. I mean, he just looks like he needs a fix or something.
Everything is in order, sir. We Swiss are just very cautious people.
I understand. No, I didn't notice anything.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Okay, so see what else we can interact with. Okay, no other options really come by doing that guy. Oh, okay. Okay, so, you know, as you walk, you can see what you can interact with. There was the book right there on his left, and then this window, and look out the window.
We Swiss are crazy about trains. We don't just have a lot of railroads.
That was uneventful. Oh, okay, so once you do one thing, it opens up other actions. So if I hit this button again, okay, there we go, it opens the window.
Would you be so kind as to close the window? I don't want to sit in the draft. Oh, pardon.
And the one thing I get to do in this game, and this guy's like, close the window. Awesome. Alright, we got a
large
map.
map shows the different routes of the Orient Express. This train began in Paris, and unfortunately, it will make most of its journey without me.
Okay, so at some point in time, I will be getting off. No other options except for talk to that guy. Anything else? I mean, examine in the book. Okay, I have my inventory. I got some pills. Got a wallet. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here.
I like it because it tells a story. I suppose the previous owner bought himself a newer one. Pills for my heart. I'm supposed to take one if I have trouble.
Alright, watch the action pick up and I forget how to go into my inventory and pop a pill.
I'll leave it there. I'll pick it up before I get off.
Okay, so I'm not supposed to use the book.
I'll leave it there. I'll pick it up before I get off.
And that dude didn't want me to open the window. Maybe if I try again. See what happens.
We don't just...
Nope, looks like it's just that dialogue. Huh. I wonder if I can go... Okay, I can go forward throughout the train.
Oh, pardon me.
No problem. The uniform is waterproof. Mr.
Lucian. Professor Edgar Lucian.
Oh, a professor. Are you a scientist? Do you teach?
No, I work at the British Museum in London.
You don't say.
Alright, so we had another connection to that museum that had a burglary. Obviously, we need to ask about that.
Shall we say, an eyewitness to the burglary 2 days ago?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no?
There was a lot of commotion, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
There was a break-in in your museum, and it didn't concern me.
Yeah, there was a break-in and like an explosion. And he's like, yeah, I don't really care what happens to those people. That's nothing to do with my job. Yeah, where are you going, dude?
Ask where you are going.
Of course. To Venice. I'm going to meet some colleagues there.
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city, or so I'm told.
Indeed. But I really have to take my leave now.
Just a moment, please. The famous Inspector Legrand is on this train. I imagine you know him.
No, should I?
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No. Why should I?
Just a thought. You're a representative.
Okay, so far nobody on this train knows anything.
And now, please.
I don't even know if there's supposed to be a crime happening here, but
Did you notice?
we'll just, like I said, we're just gonna keep hitting buttons.
On the train?
Something's got to unlock to get some action here.
I can't say that I have. Although I did spend most of the time in my compartment.
I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time.
Yeah,
but you
well,
do understand.
Just
don't
keep
you?
going forward
That
and
what
see if I can
concerns
find other
me
people.
is
There was
the
that old
present,
lady
and especially
in the
robbery
opening
at the
scenes.
museum.
Maybe she'll tell me something.
Of course. It's just, I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you.
Of course. Come.
Alright, let's get past this guy. Let's move on to the rest of the train.
What's
Oh,
the
nope.
matter, sir?
Yeah, looks like we gotta help this
I
guy.
can't open it.
Ah, we'll sort it out somehow. The compartment is locked.
But I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked it.
How
The
likely?
steward. he
Lock
was
yourself
gonna
out
bring
your
the key
room.
Immediately.
Calm down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.
You don't
How much are these rooms?
understand.
How come I don't have a room?
I have
I'm
to get back to
sitting
my
in a seat with a little kid and a
Alright,
shifty
just
violinist.
wait here.
Alright, so we got some other options here. Examine the lot.
You can easily lock the compartment door from inside by turning.
But I didn't lock.
Well, somebody
Professor,
did, dude.
If you had locked the door from in there, you wouldn't be.
I don't feel like I need to examine him. We can try to open it. This guy's in my way.
I don't believe that. It's
Okay,
no
so that was
use.
a fail.
The bolt is too short. The door is locked. I'm at a loss without a key.
So I'm trying to get by this guy. Walking's kind of difficult. I mean, you just use the left stick. You don't use the left and right stick to kind of look around and move forward. Got to get used to that. But all right, we'll keep it going. We'll move in, see if we can find the steward, see what's in that room. But I guess before that, we'll talk to this old lady that he seems to be a fan of.
Pardon me, but we'd prefer. It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd like to speak to the inspector.
Oh, this must be Maddie's mom. I guess she takes care of the old lady. What did he say her name? Westcott?
Right now, for the 5th time at least.
That's nice, Constable.
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This
He
is
likes
my
telling his
companion,
full name to
Miss
everybody.
A pleasure. May I ask?
Well, I mean, he has a celebrity crush on her, so he might as well ask.
Miller. Holiday? Yes, so to speak. The first and last holiday of my life.
Madam?
I've been writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
You quit writing? Impossible. I have all of your books. Your Detective Partout is my favorite character.
Then I have bad news for you. I killed the old wretch off years ago.
I don't understand.
I'd rather not discuss my...
Look at this constable. He's supposed to be working. He's acting like a fangirl. Oh, I don't understand. Why'd you kill my character off? Keep writing books.
As a writer,
What happened to all
you
that
must be very
bravado? How
observant.
we're gonna, like,
Am I
prove
right?
Legrand wrong and be
You
the best
have to
detective and all that
study
stuff?
the behavior of people around you to create the characters in your novels, don't you?
I solved the mystery of human nature a long time ago. Since then,
Really?
what do you want to know?
Did you notice the man who just walked into the next carriage with a cup of tea?
I did. He seemed nervous. He was waiting at the
Which is
bar
weird, because everyone
doorway
seems nervous. The
until
violinist
the
seemed
steward
nervous.
left. He elected to
The
help
guy, the
us.
archaeologist, this
He took
professor,
two
whatever his
of
name
us.
was, he seems
seems
nervous. The only
pretty
people
young,
who
but
don't
he's
seem nervous are
already
these
a
folks and the
professor at
kid.
the British Museum.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him later. Just out of courtesy, of course.
Of course. As much as I'd like to
You know, I don't
talk
really
to
want to ask her about the
Julie
violinist at this point
You were
or
right.
anything else.
I did observe you as you came in. You
It's
seemed
been somewhat
so
helpful. We'll just
eager.
keep going, see if I can find the steward to see if we can get into that
It's
room.
been a long time since I've had a...
And this is it.
I do hope.
Then even small people can make big changes, as my friend Ronald likes to say.
Who the hell's
I shall
Ronald?
do my best.
Alright, I could talk to Miss Miller, but I just talked to her. It seemed kind of
The
weird.
steward must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally, he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
You know, I don't know. This guy's a detective and he's worried about toothpicks, but whatever. He'll go pick up anything. I don't know if there's an inventory cap and how many things I can have in inventory, but as much stuff as I can pick up, I'm going to pick up no matter what it is. It should be useful.
Butterscotch. I've loved them since I was a child. Their only drawback, they don't play nice with false teeth.
Alright, well, guess what? We got some toothpicks.
I've loved them since I
I hit the button again. By mistake.
Maybe if I just suck it.
Okay, there's a guy right there in a coat and gloves. Maybe the
I
train's
suppose
cold.
the steward won't object to me having a look around in his absence.
Okay, so it looks like a bunch of stuff that I can look at, but oh man, I gotta figure out these controls. Let's try this again. Alright, I see it, but okay, so now I get it. Use the left stick to move and the right stick when you get these options to kind of hit the different options that you want. Got it.
Empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today.
Okay, so I'm not going to take the notepad because there's nothing on it, but it is interesting. So once you, I guess, examine an item, you then have an ability to do an action to it. So you just have to figure that out. So okay, I was getting the hang of the controls. I told you I'd still be bumbling, even with the tutorial. So just like that, I examined the radio. Oh, and I got 15 points just for turning on the radio in this game.
Perhaps he keeps the compartment keys in there. Locked. Where could he be?
Anything else? Already did the butterscotch. Already got it. We can just get out of here. Now let's go talk to this guy. He's reading the newspapers. Got gloves on. Another shady-looking character on the train.
Ah, Mr.
Zellner.
Right. How can I help you?
Yeah, this must be the doctor he was talking about.
Do you know where
Seems
the
like he knew
conductor
him.
is?
I'd like to know that myself. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He hasn't got back to me yet. He's probably in cahoots with the thieves. And didn't bother getting back on the train. If we don't crack down on vermin...
Now I'm wondering, is this like a side mission or is this a part of the main mission as well? Obviously this guy has something missing. The other guy, the archaeologist, is locked out of his room. I wonder if I have to do all these things. Basically help him get in his room, help this guy find his stuff, or what.
It must have been professionals.
But the game is moving along. I will say though, at about 20 plus minutes of gameplay, it's a little slow. It's a little slow to get involved with. I understand what they're doing here. This is kind of like a movie, but as a game, I mean, if you had some downtime, you had nothing else to do, it's probably not that bad to go through. But it's not moving, I guess, as fast as a Telltale game is. You know, I keep saying that. I'm not trying to, crap on this game and tell people just to play those old Telltale Walking Dead games and Game of Thrones type game and stuff like that. But I can see why they were so successful, well, at least as far as the games were, because I believe Telltale went bankrupt. But from a concept of gameplay, because they created that level of suspense. This is definitely very much old school storytelling style. Great graphics. I think it's a great story, but I'm just not doing a lot. It's just a lot of dialogue and not a lot of action. I think the most fun I've had was opening a window, getting toothpicks, and turning on a radio. So, but maybe it picks up. I'll give this game, a good couple of hours of gameplay. Not for this video, obviously, but, as I play it, just to kind of to do it in my downtown. I got, 4 more days as I'm recording this video until Cyberpunk comes out, so what do we got to lose playing this a little bit more, as well as trying to finish Saints Row God of Hell.
I strongly suspect that the door is locked.
Now, while the entertainment isn't there, I mean, the quality is definitely here in this game. They didn't slack on... Oh, okay. Maybe this will pick up.
Hello? Wow.
Got the Xbox screen. Oh, it's that guy from the opening video. Wasn't he the copper, he said?
Put the gun down, Robert.
What's he doing here?
If I may
It looks like him. I might have to go back and look at him. It looks just like him.
Constable Robert Oliver from the yard. This
Is that what he said his
Brigadier
name was in the beginning?
Constable Zell of the Swiss police, who obviously couldn't control his curiosity.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country.
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes.
Oh, we're
on
still
the train
doing
as
this
long as you're here in
pissing
the
match
first car.
between him and the constable and the inspector.
Then I was right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
Perhaps that's someone.
Well, as you guys can see, at least we're seeing the games coming along. We got some, I don't want to say side quests, but we got some missing stuff. Dude can't get into his compartment on the train, and now these guys are setting up a trap back here with a big safe. So we're getting to it. I mean, a little under 30 minutes, but we're finally getting into
He's
it.
an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked.
So now that we kind of understand what the whole Raven Remastered is about, I think I'm gonna
He's standing outside
slowly
without feet.
run this game out, at least for the opening gameplay. I may upload a little bit more if I feel like it gets a little bit more exciting, but as of right now, you've seen what you can do. You can walk around, you can ask questions, you can interact with a few things. And I guess the goal will be to, as you just heard him say, or maybe saw him say, to report back anything suspicious, because I think they're going to try to get the Ravens air. But with that, you know, I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't done it already, like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me to keep pumping out this content. But with all that said, you know, I appreciate you guys, and stay tuned for the latest videos on the Gaming Nutso.